Shalom. I was looking up some words, because I'm trying to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. So regarding my safety retirement, in the term she used, benefit, and I say mine, and she said she agreed that it is mine by right. And then I've also listened to educated ones in the Moorish community who basically said that the Treaty of Peace and Friendship is actually the actual law of the land here at Northwest. They call it Northwest of Maxim. This is Turtle Island, terms North America. And then they were saying that the Constitution for the United States of America is actually patterned after the Treaty of, they'll correct me if I'm wrong, is actually patterned after the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, which is the law of the land. So, came across some definitions, and also I noticed that privileges are for 14th Amendment citizens, and rights are for the de jure Americans. So that's why I said make sure it's my right to receive this. And then the way they interchange words, there's different. It seems different definitions, and it's all entangled in there. So you kind of have to cipher to find out what you're talking about. Then I looked up Black Law's Dictionary, second edition, and it says advantage, profit, privilege. Fitch versus Bates, 11 Barb, New York, 473, Synod of Dakota versus State, 2 SD 36650 NW, Northwest 632 LRA 418, Winthrop, CO versus Clinton, and so on. It is a rule that in assessing damage for private property taken or injured for public use, special benefits may be set off against the amount of damage found, but not general benefits. Within the meaning of this rule, general benefits are such as accrue to the community at large, to the vicinage, or to all property similarly situated with reference to the work or improvement in question, while special benefits are such as accrue directly or solely to the owner of the land in question and not to others. So, this land belongs to me, my body that was injured. Then also Webster's Dictionary 1828, benefit. Benefit, noun, primary from Latin beneficium or benefactum. 1. Act of kindness or favor conferred. And then it has, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all of his benefits. Psalms 103:2. And then 2, it says advantage, profit, a word of extensive use, and expressing whatever contributes to promote prosperity and personal happiness or add value to property. Men have no right to what is not for their benefit. So basically they're saying if it's not for their benefit, it's not their right. You have the right to benefit. 3. In law, benefit of the clergy. Benefit, verb, transitive, to do good, to advantage, to advance in health or prosperity, apply either to persons or things, as exercise benefits health. Exercise benefits health. Trade benefits of a nation. Benefit, verb, intransitive, to gain advantage, to make an improvement as he has benefited by good advice. That is, he has been benefited. Then I have another one that says benefit now. This is the etymology. Benefit now. Late 14th century, benefit, good or noble deed, helpful or friendly action. Also a beneficial thing, advantage, profit. From Anglo-French benefit, Old French benefat. From Latin benefitum, good deed. From benefacere, from bene, well. Factor, to do well. Meaning, our date, H, to set, put. Meaning public performance or entertainment to raise money for some deserving unfortunate person or a charitable cause. In 1680s, benefit, verb, do good. 2, be of service. Benefits now. Financial support, especially for medical expenses, to which one is entitled through employment or membership. And then this is what it breaks down to as your right. Your right. I believe this is the etymology of right. Right now. Old English, R-I, right. West Saxon, Kentish, ret, Anglian. That which is morally right, duty, obligation. That which is morally right, duty, obligation. And that's what the lady told me. She said that their obligation, that was their promise. Also, rule of conduct, law of the land. Also, what someone deserves, a just claim, what is due, correctness, truth, a legal entitlement, a privilege from the root of right, meaning the right as opposed to the left, is from mid-13th century political use from 1825. 14th century as a right action, a good deed, meaning a blow with the right fist, is from 1898. The phrase to rights at once, straightway, in proper manner. So then we see that that's the law of the land. The law of the land says you have the right. Then I came across another article saying, why is the Constitution known as the supreme law of the land, of a supreme law of a nation? And then I was telling you before, I've learned through the Moorish community that the Treaty of Peace and Friendship is actually the law of the land, which the Constitution for the United States of America was originally designed after, or equivalent to. A constitution is the supreme law of a country. It contains the fundamental rules that constitute the country and its institutions. The Constitution defines the power of the entities and the limits of that power. It also describes that the country's political system, Constitution's interpretation is done by humans being, therefore the understanding varies according to the individual differences. Regarding UN Charter in respect to the U.S. 1, quote, the UN Charter is binding law in the United States. Under Article 6, Clause 2 of the U.S. Constitution, treaties of which the UN Charter is one are considered the supreme law of the land. Article 103 of the UN Charter makes clear that the Charter supersedes all other conflicting treaties. It says in the event of conflicts between the obligations of members of the United Nations under the present Charter and their obligations under any other international agreement, their obligations under the present Charter shall prevail. That's just the article I came across. But the main thing that I was pointing out, according to what I've learned through the Moorish community, said the Treaty of Peace and Friendship is the binding treaty that the United States for United States for America the United States for the United States of America. Constitutions for the United States, I'm sorry. Constitutions for the United States of America is the equivalent to the Treaty of Peace and Friendship for the indigenous people. So, I just read to you the definition that the right is backed by the law of the land, which is the treaty. So I have the right to receive, based on that information, and like I said, that's their obligation based on the injury, and that was just pertaining to that work injury. That's not pertaining to my right to receive what Abba has for the people in his time. So I have not eliminated myself from that based on this information. This is just here, and it's backed by my right to receive this medical retirement, based on their obligation, based on the treaties and the law of the land, being the Treaty of Peace and Friendship and the Constitution for the United States of America. So, case is adjourned.